What's up, Cancer? How are you? I am on my computer recording and there's people sleeping, so I'm trying to be quiet, so I hope you can hear me. They say these readings are timeless, and whenever you hear them, you need to hear them. These three cards came out right away. As soon as I said Cancer, they were like, they are the Knight of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. And the Five of Cancer. I can't believe it. Wow. I just did the walking through. You did the big long spin and build your cards. I even did test your reading and poof, disappear. So we'll go over, I'll try to remember what I said, we'll just go over how I feel. We'll get right into it. We want to get funky. Alright, we're getting funky. Alright, the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, and I noticed the body language of all these cards. Let's see. Now, I noticed their hands in all of these. In the Knight of Pentacles, both his hands are covered completely in his pocket, and her hands are right up. Now, these are all different types of body language. And I was just watching a video that reads about how body language, how, like, basically you can read the minds of any person as long as they're in the present, paying attention to their body language. You could even be blind in a sense, or hear the tone, or hear something. You can even be blind and know the intentions of someone else. So basically right now we have to be aware of other people's body languages, possibly our own body language. How do we cast our, and that's what got me, the casting. We'll go over that. How do we cast our love, or cast our emotions out? And first we started out talking about the Knight of Pentacles. Out of all the Knights, the Knight of Pentacles has the most strongest, slowest for us. It's slow to start. And with this in reverse, perhaps we're having delays in our money or career, or something is on hold. Like, we got knocked off our horse here, Cancer. And perhaps our hands are tied. They're in a net, or you know what I mean? What I seen right away with the Five of Cups is for ears. These ears stick out they're very prominent to me. So perhaps you have to be all ears. I hear all ears. Listen, and I guess that goes with this body language. In order to know how someone feels or thinks, you have to hear what they're thinking. You have to, pay attention. Seeing when someone puts their hands in their pockets, usually they're hiding something. I always was taught that. This, it looks like she's giving the tower emoji, this. So, emoji. Mudra, but possibly these mudras have something to do with it. Now, she has 3 cups standing behind her, and the 2 cups netted. She caught. So this is like catching what you cast. So that's what you want to be very careful what's in your hands. What you put out is what you're going to receive, Cancer. So that's why it's very important to be careful what you cast out, because you're going to catch what you cast. Catching what you cast, we have a couple cards, these 2 cards sitting right here waiting for us. Wow, they go perfect. We have Restrained, and the lights dim down. Restrained. Wow. And 8 of Swords. Talk about restraint. Now, we have the number 2 with these ropes. And I see wisdom here. Just 2 braids on the side. And these two swords, two have a lot to do with balance, choices, and when you have swords, this is of the mind. The same thing with the Eight of Swords. It's like this restraint. It's like something holding us back. Usually with it in reverse, it's like we are finally out of the restraint. But here's the Eight of Swords. So this is in reverse. It's fear, worry, called paralysis, feeling like a victim of circumstance, a nudge to allow space for possibility, a chance to see that you are not truly stuck. Yes, see, it may feel as though you're all tied up and you're blindfolded, you can't see, you can't move, and there's all these swords. But if you see there is an opening, if you look real close, there is an opening, and she isn't really tied. Like, if there is a way out, she could just walk right out of here. And I hear it's a mental restraint. Like, you're putting this mental restraint on yourself. That's why you have to be careful what you cast, because the more I was watching a video, and the main thing sticking out, and I hear it as I speak right now. It says what you talk about is what you're going to get. So if you talk about, oh, I'm sick and I'm poor and I'm so bad, the more you talk, the more you're going to get bad. That's why it's very important for you to be careful what you cast at this time. Now, these writings are so beautiful from the Sacred Sheet Tarot that I love to read number 2, Restrained. And this is also a beautiful card. And right away, it says one hand, talking about the hand. This is another indication that the hands are very important, where you put your hands. On one hand, restraint limits movement or action. On the other, it can bring relief as it sets bondages in order to redirect the flow of our energy into a more integrated and grounded path forward. Whether a restraining order is self-imposed or imposed by an outside source depends entirely on circumstances. But our response to those circumstances, regardless how they arise, is key. When the creation of restrictions and boundaries is the task at hand, when the creation of restrictions and boundaries is the task at hand for you to take on, I need to restrain myself, if that's what you're saying. It demands your deepest intelligence. That's why I said I seen wisdom right away. And you see that owl in there? It demands your deepest intelligence and self-knowing. This is an opportunity to understand your own power and see the objective really clearly and take heed of your gut feelings before proceeding. Unless you can achieve this inner clarity, it might be best to simply withdraw from the situation entirely. If you feel defeated, so be it. But allow the possibility that every process has its timing, and this isn't your time to engage. The Sacred She highlights the necessity to know your bottom line. If the restraints are being imposed on you from the outside, then the same qualities of understanding and owning your inner truth and strength are required, Cancer. You can't free yourself from unwelcome restrictions by flailing your arms and fighting against them. Do that, and you will only get more entangled. It's like quicksand. Like, the more you fight it, the more you're going to sink. So it's like, it's almost, I see the hangman, the patience, Cancer. And do that, and you only get more entangled in what binds you. Instead, calmly and objectively identify the weak points in the ropes and the chains or the ideas that are holding you down. Then roll on your inner strength and your strength and persistence to develop an unwavering focus on releasing yourself from what constrains you. Sometimes the only way is to painstakingly unravel the knot. So, and as I see this, I see why the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse and why his hands are tied. I see when somebody gets a knot in their hair. I see that when somebody gets a knot in their hair, you can't just go from the bulk and start brushing. You almost have to take like little pieces and start at the end and work your way through piece by piece to break away from the knot until there's like no knot left. So that's what I see here, Cancer. This is a process. And with the ambulance or these sirens in the background, this is telling me that right now, Cancer, this is an emergency. This is emergent. This is important. This is very urgent, Cancer. We have to untie this knot. And this goes along with casting. It's like, this is what's entangled. You're restrained. What's restraining you? It's this entanglement. You have these two things. There's 5 situations, 5 emotional feelings, or 5 things, right? Well, okay. 3 of which are behind you that you're not even aware of, you're not even paying attention to, and they're the positive things. You're focusing on what you lost, what's gone already, what's already out of the cup, it's already tied up. Like, cast your fears aside, Cancer. Cast off the positivity so that way you can catch some positivity. We wanna untangle these ropes here in this restraint. And this might take a good 7 months, possibly 7 years. This is patience. It's over a long period of time. And when it's in reverse like that, you hear it. Like, this is very important, Cancer. Let's see, we're going to pull from the top of the deck to the bottom for more guidance. Wow. Wow. The Temperance. What better card to get, Cancer? Again, with the hands, this is almost like, okay, you see the top of the head, it's like the Trinity, this head and 2 hands. You're actually, this is what it's telling you, moderation, patience, endurance, balance, taking these, what's your thoughts, and giving them away. We want to cast our worry, and we want positivity, and wings will grow. This is putting the blue and the green, the go and the calm, the heart and the heart and the emotions together. It's like a yin yang. This is an even balance, and Temperance. It's not an even balance. It's like 50 and 50. This is like, well, it's the 30 and 70 is even. It's even. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I'm trying to say, hopefully. Perhaps Spirit is trying to tell you something. Black Jaguar. Let's hear the conversation, because this is a major. Let's hear the conversation between this Jaguar with the Temperance here. Number 15. So, spiritually powerful Temperance asks you to seek balance, to choose the middle path, and to slow down if you've been racing way out of control. This is not an all or nothing card. It is instead a card of careful compromise, respect, respectful rebalancing, and gentle benevolence. The blending of opposites will allow you to initiate change in your life, and as you evaluate areas where you've been overdoing it, you will be able to treat your energy resources like a precious ecosystem that needs all of its many parts in proper and moderate measure. The alchemy that results will be your highest form of art, and your purest magic will emerge when you balance the spiritual and the material. So yes, action and rest. Your needs with others and logic with emotion. Accept the lights and shadows of today and work with the forces of love as you harmonize your relationship with the world around you. So, okay, so it's not a black jaguar. This is a puma. My bad. So the conversation with the puma, this is what I wanted to know. It says, I am quiet. I roar. I am stillness. I am motion. So you have to take on these opposite energies, Cancer. Seeker, I ask you to feel your emotions and take time to understand when you are being fueled by anger and when you are being fueled by joy. When do you feel fear and when do you feel love? Look at any situation you are ruminating on that have you spinning out of control. Name any excesses in your life and pull them back into balance. Moderate your world and be rewarded with peace for tomorrow. So perhaps that's why it is all mumbo jumbo commotion, Cancer. It's too much, and you've been drawing on your excesses or like resting on your laurels, and it's time to get back to work. You know, it's time to get back to work. And here comes the sirens. I thought they were flying it up, but now this is very important, Cancer. And like the whole reading, this is very important. We have to untangle this, and this is how we do it, through this moderation. I said I was also going to pull from the bottom for guidance. Let's see it. You see it first? Ooh. The Tower. And this is a very cool card. This reminds me of that reading, When the House Falls on You, the Taurus reading a couple months ago. So yeah, like I was saying about this commotion, this is how we get past this moderation, because everything is up in control. And like the restraint was saying, perhaps it is an outside source. You need to figure it out. You need to take, like, what you're catching from what you're casting. So if you're not catching what you want, you need to cast something different. Change your bait. Do something, because what you're doing is not working, Cancer. Alright. That's why we have to take on this temperance energy, and once you do that, then you're going to be set. It's working. Hear the crows? Alright, let me get to taking these pictures and get this uploaded so you can see it. I really appreciate you being here, Cancer. Hope this helped you. Remember, you're not stuck. This is a mental restraint. You're cast your fears and worries aside, and make sure you're thinking positive, and the spirit's on the mind. You have to balance the spirit and the material. Your hands, mudras, and watch other people's body languages. That's how you see the truth from the lies and the real from the fake. Again, I thank you and I love you so much, Cancer. See you soon. Don't forget to subscribe.